Masechet Shabbat, Daf Pechet Amud Aleph, explains the pasuk Vayityatzvu b'tachtit hahar, and they stood at the bottom of the mountain. This is in Har Sinai when they were accepting the Torah. Amar Rav Abdimi bar Chama bar Chasa, the rabbi said, Milamed shekafa hakadosh baruch hu alehem et hahar kigigit. It shows that Hashem kafa, he put over them like kippah, like a kippah. He put over them the mountain like a gigit, like a basin, like a wash basin, which is like this, but big, the big mountain. V'amar lahem, im atem mekabalim haTorah mutav, if you'll accept the Torah, then good. V'im lav, if you don't, sham teheh kivuratchem, there will be your burial place. Meaning God threatened them. If they don't accept the Torah, he's going to kill them on the spot. So of course they'll accept it. And like Tosafot says, they accepted the written Torah. The written law is what they said, Na'aseh v'nishma, because we know they said that. That wasn't by force. That was their great statement that they said. But on the oral law is where they didn't understand yet to accept it. Why should we listen to the rabbis calling the shots? So they didn't accept that part. And that's what they were forced. And then like it says here, in the time of Purim, they re-accepted the Torah shebe'al peh, that they now accepted out of fear. They accepted it later out of love. Now why is Hashem threatening them like this? So according to Rabbi Shimon Kessin, he says God's not threatening them, he's explaining to them. Just like it says later, right here in the next few lines, Resh Lakish also talks about the Friday where it says Yom HaShishi. And he says the same thing. It's all dependent on that sixth day, which is Shavuot, the original Shavuot, where we got the Torah. And it says the same type of language. And it says, Amar lahem, Hashem said, Im Yisrael mekabalim ha-Torah, if Israel will accept the Torah, atem mitkayemin, you will exist. V'im lav, and if not, ani machazir etchem letohu v'bohu, I'm going to return you to tohu and bohu. So really that's the same answer as the other one when he said it's going to be your burial place. God didn't mean I'm going to kill you all if you don't do what I say. He was saying if you don't accept the Torah, there cannot be a world. There can't be a world, and so you'll also die. So he was explaining to them, you must accept it or there's no world. I'll have to send it all back to Tohu V'Bohu. So really he was explaining, and they understood. That's why they said, okay, at least in fear, they said okay. And God accepted it. Now one might also say, God was also hinting to them about Purim. Having the mountain over you is like a sakana, danger. But it was the danger of Haman and Achashverosh that made them accept it out of love. Because they realized Mordechai, who was the rabbi, he knew what he was doing. He told us not to go to the party. He didn't bow. We thought he was crazy, but he ended up being the only right one. So they realized the rabbis know what they're talking about. That's why they were saved all because of Mordechai. And of course with Esther. So they realized to believe in the rabbis and what they said. That's why they accepted it finally out of love in their heart. So they were in Sakana in Haman's time. So maybe God was also showing them, I'm going to also demonstrate to you when you will accept the Torah of the oral law. It's when you're going to be threatened with annihilation. So I'm going to do that now as a mashal, to show you that later in your years you're going to find out that you did accept the Torah when you actually also had the mountain over you, Haman's mountain, and you were at the threat of annihilation, and that's when you accepted it. So maybe God made this show also to let them know when they're going to accept it later, whether they realize it now or at Purim time. They'll remember the mountain part, and then they'll put the two and two together and see that God was actually hinting to them when they're going to finally accept the written and the oral law out of love.